The workbook. It was a lesson 8. It's here. Okay, this is the lesson 8, page 34. So the first exercise, 1A, it says what's the year, write the years in numbers or words. Okay, well, unfortunately, we are not in the classroom, so we are not going to write. So I'm gonna write down the dates. Okay, so first one is 2010. Okay, we had 2010. The second one, just give me a second. Look for my pen. Second one says 1904. 1904, it's like this. Okay, 1904. Then we have 2008. And the last one, 1977. 1977. Okay, do you have the same?
Yes.
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 Okay, so on the second part, we are going to write words. So we have 1982. So let me see. We can write. Well, we have 2006 or 2006. That's another option. Okay. 2008. So, 2000. So we have 2015. And the last one is 19. 98. So we have 1998. Do you have the same?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, teacher.
okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Now let's move with the conversation. Just let me erase this. Okay, exercise 2 says talking about the past, completed conversations with was, wasn't, were, weren't, did, or didn't. Okay, let's see conversation 1. We have Rick and Dina. Okay, so Luis, you're going to be Rick, and Damaris, you're going to be Dina. Go ahead, please.
Okay.
So, Dina, did you grow up here in Miami?
Yes, I did, but we were born here. My sister and I was born in Puerto Rico, and we moved here when we were kids.
Okay, stop just a little bit. Okay, you said my sister and I was.
Yes.
Okay, you're saying my sister and I. We are 2.
Where?
Yes, my sister and I were born in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
The rest, it's okay. Okay, let's continue, please, Luis.
Did you study English when you was in school in Puerto Rico?
Okay, yes, stop. When you was?
Where?
Where? Yes, when you were in school. Excellent. Continue, Damaris.
Yes, we were for a few years, but we were really learn English until we came here.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm sorry, stop. I have to correct the mistakes here. So one more time, pay attention, Damaris. Luis asked this question. Did you study English when you were in school in Puerto Rico? Did you? Yes, we. Yes, we.
We what? No.
Uh,
We were?
Look at this part.
Uh,
You study when you were in school? Yes, we
we
did. Uh-huh.
did for a few years,
Uh-huh.
but we were or did.
Let me show you this. Okay, pay attention here. Damaris, can you see?
Oh yes.
I have an action, a verb.
Okay.
There. Every time you see an action, for example, in a question, like here, for example, that says, oh, I'm sorry, my mouse sometimes get crazy. For example, here, pay attention in the question. It says, did you study? I'm sorry, my mouse is crazy sometimes. Okay, did you study English? As you can see, we have an action in the question. So if we have an action, we're going to use did because we're talking about past action.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to answer again with did. Yes, we did. Then you have but we space and you have another action, learn.
But
That
we
means,
did.
okay, but pay attention here. This is not a question. This is an answer. So is this a negative or an affirmative answer? What do you think? We have two parts in this sentence.
Negative.
Yes, maybe you remember that we saw this word, but we're going to use but for contrasting ideas. What is a contrasting idea? Okay, if my first idea is affirmative, the second one is negative, or the other way around. If the first idea is negative, the second one is affirmative. The first idea is affirmative. Yes, we did, but
Okay.
negative. We
We weren't. We didn't.
pay attention to the auxiliary.
We weren't.
What are we using, Damaris?
Didn't.
Yes.
Okay.
Didn't.
Didn't.
Yes, we didn't.
Okay.
Now continue, please.
Wow. And now you speak English better than I do. And I was born here.
Excellent. I was born here, correct? Now let's continue. Just let me erase. Let's continue with the second conversation. Okay, we have Thomas and grandma. Okay, Luis, you are Thomas, Damaris, grandma. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. When were you born, Grandma?
I was born in 1929.
1929.
29.
Yes.
Really? Were you born here in Los Angeles?
And no, I wasn't. Your grandfather and I were both born in China.
So when did you come to the US?
My family were moved here until I was 13 years old.
Okay, just stop a moment. He says, when did you come to the US? This answer is negative. My family, if you pay attention, Damaris, we have an action, move. So this is simple past, remember. So my family
Did.
Did or didn't?
Didn't.
Didn't, excellent. My family didn't move here until I was correct, is negative. My family didn't. Okay, continue, Luis, please.
Did you go to school in China?
No, I didn't. My parents weren't rich, so I had to work.
Correct.
And when was Grandpa born?
He was born in 1928, but he says he was really born until 1947
Why does he say that?
because that's when he met me.
Excellent, correct. Okay, let's continue with exercise 3, a life story. Complete the story with the words in the box. You can use some words more than once, okay? So you can repeat some of these words. Let's see, let's begin with you, Luis. Please, can you start reading the paragraph?
This is a picture of my best friend, Mi Young. I took it a few years ago. Mi Young and I met in 1988. We were very young. Then we became friends. Mi Young is a very interesting person. She has born in Busan, South Korea in 1984. Her family moved to the US when she was 3 years old. They lived in Chicago until Mi Young was 15. Then they moved to the New York City. I cried for a long time after they moved.
Excellent, it was good. Now it's your turn, Damaris.
Okay. And Mijun didn't live in New York until because she came back to Chicago for college when she was 18.
Okay, stop. Once again. Mi Young didn't live in New York. And there is a word that is a short form to say for a long time.
Mm,
Instead of saying for a long time, you can use only one word.
long?
Yes. Because you are saying she didn't live in New York long, I mean for a long time, and you're giving a reason. Because she came back to Chicago for college. So we're gonna use
Okay.
long. And then
Mm, because she came back to Chicago for college
college,
when when she was 18.
yes.
We were roommates at the University of Chicago for 4 years from 2001
2001.
to
Uh-huh.
2004.
Yeah.
We graduated last year,
Yes.
8 months ago. Mi Jung got a great job in Phoenix, Arizona, and moved there. I really miss her, but guess what? 2 months ago, I got a job there too. I'm moving there in 2 weeks, and I can't wait.
Excellent. You're correct. Perfect. Okay, exercise 4 says unscramble the questions, then answer the questions with your own information. So Luis, number 1, when were you born?
I was born in 2001.
2001. Okay, number 2, Damaris, question and answer, please.
Okay. Where were your parents born?
Uh-huh.
They were born in Acapulco.
Acapulco, correct. Okay, Luis.
Where did you grow up? I grew up in Acapulco.
Okay, one more time. Where did you grow up? I grow up.
Uh-huh. Or I was
What's
grow.
the past of grow?
Grow?
Do you remember the simple past of grow?
No.
No, Luis. How is that possible, Luis? Okay, you see, grew up.
Grew up.
So, one more time. I
I grew up in Acapulco.
Okay, number 4, Damaris.
Okay. Who was your best friend 5 years ago? And Maria, she is my best friend.
Maria Chisholm. Okay, now just pay attention that this question is in past. So who was your first friend 5 years? You're saying ago. My best friend is or was.
My best friend was Maria.
Yes, remember we're talking about 5 years ago.
Okay.
Huh? Yes. Excellent. Number 5, Luis.
Did you ever a child when where you moved? No, I didn't.
One more time.
Did you ever? Oh, did you ever move when were you a child?
When you were a child.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Damaris.
Did you play video games when you were little? Yes, I did. I played with my cousin.
Your cousin. Okay. Luis.
How long were you in elementary school? I was for 6 years.
Yes, for 6 years. Okay, excellent. Okay, questions, guys,
No.
about the homework.
No, teacher.
Damaris, questions.
No.
I remember that yesterday
Yes.
had problems with the internet. You didn't finish the class. So, no questions, Damaris?
Creo que no.
Uh-huh. Okay, I have some questions so we can practice what we saw yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, here. Well, this is very easy. You're going to complete this question using what or where, and then you're going to practice asking and answering them. Okay, for example, number 1, Luis, what's the question?
Were you born in this city?
Yes, where? Are you born in this city? And number 2, Damaris.
When were you born?
Yes. Luis?
Where were your parents born?
Yes, where? Number 4, Damaris?
When were
Yes.
your mother born?
Luis?
When was your father born?
Okay, Damaris.
Did
Now remember, you have to use only was or where.
okay. Where were you and your family in this city last year?
Luis.
Were you at this school last year?
Damaris.
Who was your English teacher?
Luis.
What nationality was your first English teacher?
And Damaris.
What was she like or he like?
What was he or what was she like? Okay, so we have 10 questions. So what you're going to do, you're going to ask these questions to each other. It's going to be one and one. You're going to start with Luis, question 1, then Damaris, question 2, then again Luis, question 3, Damaris 4, and like that. Okay, so let's begin, Luis, please.
Were you born in this city?
Yes, I was born in Acapulco.
Okay, continue, Damaris.
When were you born?
I was born in Acapulco.
Pay attention to the question. When? Not where. When?
Oh, I was born in 2001.
Yes. Okay, continue, Luis.
Where were your parents born?
Mm, they were born in Acapulco.
Okay, continue.
When was your mother born?
She was in 1975.
Yes. Mhm.
When was your father born?
She was 19,
She or he?
ah, he,
He,
he 19,
He was born in?
he was born in 1969.
Okay, continue.
Uh, were you and your family in the city last year?
Uh, yes, we were.
Correct. Continue.
Were you at this school last year?
No, I wasn't.
Yes.
Who was your English teacher?
Um, Leticia was my teacher, my English teacher.
Who?
Leticia.
Leticia. Okay, correct.
Um, what nationality was your first English teacher?
Mm, well, he was Mexican.
Okay.
And what was mm, she like?
Uh,
Luis, your answer.
how do you say ser dinámicas?
No, but remember, what was she like? You have to describe the personality of your teacher.
Okay.
We're talking about personality.
Um, she was strict,
Uh-huh.
but she was nice.
Strict and nice.
Yes.
Okay, correct. Questions again, guys?
No, teacher.
No,
Damaris.
no, solo que se me complica un poco porque, bueno, tengo que estudiar, pues, ¿verdad? Pero sí como que de repente se me va la onda de eso del pasado.
For example,
Mm,
uh, what's the problem? Or what do you think is difficult for you?
creo que cuando, a ver, déjenme acordar. Bueno, a veces como para responder las preguntas, o sea, no sé cuándo va el where o cuándo va el what, o
Ah,
igual cuando la respuesta no, no sé cómo acomodar como que la respuesta cuando me hacen una pregunta, no sé si me explico.
okay, well, let's pay attention. I think your answer is here. Okay, well, let's go to the student book, page 45. Here we have some questions, and Damaris.
Yes.
Page 45.
Yes.
Yes, are you here, Damaris,
Yes.
please? Well, um, yesterday we saw this activity with Luis. As you can see, we have some questions. Remember, in this lesson, we are reviewing simple past.
Mhm.
Okay. And we have, give me a second, Jesus is coming. Jesus is 5 o'clock, he's coming.
Puntual.
Jesus. He's gonna be here in a moment. So, pay attention to question 1, Damaris.
Yes.
It says, where space your mother born? And we have this word. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know what I did. And let me underline. Okay, we have this born. We have born. And let me look in another. It's here. Born. And I think that's it. Okay, we have this word, born. This is a verb. The verb is be born. Okay, remember we're talking about the past. Every time we're saying or we're talking about the verb be or the verb to be, think about is, are. Remember when we say I am, you are, he is, she is, etc. So that's the verb be in simple present. In simple past, we're going to use was or were. I was, you were, he was, she was, it was, we were, they were. So remember, this is a verb, be born. Be born in past, we're going to say, I was born, you were born, he was born, she was born, and so on, okay? So remember, we're going to use was with I, he, she, it. I was, he was, she was, it was. We're going to use were with you, we, they. You were, we were, they were. For example, question 1, it says, where is space your mother born? Well, we know that with this word born, we're going to use verb be. In simple past, we're going to use was or were. The information is about your mother. When we say your mother, we're talking about she. So what do we need here, Damaris? Was or where?
What?
Yes.
Where was your mother born?
Where was your mother born? Now pay attention to question 2. Space, your father born there too. Again, we have born, and we're talking about your father. What do you need, Damaris?
Was your father?
Yes, because if we say your father, we're talking about he. Remember again, I, he, she, it. We're going to use was. Now let's pay attention to question number 2. Let's go to the second line. It says, you born there. What do we need? We have you. Remember, we have you. And we have the verb, born. In past, we need to use was or where. It's about you. What do we need?
Where?
Where.
Where you born?
Yes. Can you see? Were you born there? Now let's move to the first question. We are in number 2. Okay, number 2. Now let me change to the color. Pay attention in number 2. In number 2, we have an action. Can you see? Grow up. This is my action, grow up. Let me change the color so we can grow up. Now, first of all, we are going to check the actions, okay, in these questions. Number 2, where space to grow up? We have a verb. Let's continue with, no, we're gonna do it like this. I don't wanna confuse you. I erase one word. Just give me a second. Okay, where space you grow up? I have a verb. If I have a verb in simple form, that means that I only need an auxiliary. Once again, remember this question is in simple past. Do you remember what auxiliary we need in simple past, Damaris?
Did.
Did, yes. Where did you grow up? Because we have an action. The action is grow up.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, I erased one word. Okay, now let's continue with number 3. Who stays your best friend in school? Well, as you can see, we don't have an action. We don't have an action. So we are asking information about your best friend. So remember, this is simple past. We're using actions or we're using was and were. In this case, we don't have an action, so we don't use did. We cannot use did. The only option that we have here is was or were. Which one is the ideal for this question, Damaris? Who were your best friend or who was your best friend?
Who was?
Yes.
Who was your best friend?
Yes, who was your best friend, okay? Because it's singular, best friend, we're talking about person. Now pay attention to the question 2. How long stays you best friends? What do you need, Damaris?
How long was?
Pay attention to the subject. Friends.
Where?
Yes.
How long were your best friends?
Yes. How long were you best friends? Correct?
Okay.
Okay, now let's continue with number 4. It says you and your best friend ever fight. Okay, you and your best friend ever fight. Now look at this part. We have fight. It's an action. I'm gonna underline this one. Get is an action. And this part, no. Here. I wanna do this. Okay, so question 4. Space, you and your best friend ever fight? We have an action. What do we need, Damaris?
Did.
Did. Yes. The second line. Space, you ever get in trouble? Again, we have an action.
Did. Did
Yes.
you ever get?
Yes. Now let's continue with the last one. Number 5. Who took care of you when you... What do you think we need here? Who took care of you when you...
When you were?
Yes. Excellent. When you were...
Little.
And the last one.
Did.
Excellent.
Did your mother have a job?
Yes, we have an action. Did your mom have a job? Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, before we continue with the question, I'm sorry, with the answers, do you have any questions about this part?
No.
No? Okay, now let's continue with the question. So, Jesus, good afternoon. Are you here, Jesus?
Hi, teacher. Good afternoon. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Well, now we have the questions. What we're going to do now, we're going to practice, okay? Asking and answering these questions. So let's see, let's begin with Luis. Can you ask questions 1 to Damaris, please?
Okay. Where was your mother born?
She was born in Acapulco.
Okay, continue, Luis.
Was your father born there too?
He was born in Acapulco too.
Again, can you repeat, please, again?
He was born in Acapulco.
Okay, so it's okay. Now pay attention to this. The first question, we have an information question. Where was your mother born? And you say she was born in Acapulco. Okay, is correct. The second question, it's a yes, no question. Remember, when we have yes, no questions, as the name says, we're going to answer with yes, no. So was your father born there too? Yes.
Yes, he was.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Yes, he was born in Acapulco.
Mhm. Remember, you have two options, short answer or long answer. Yes, he was, and that's it. Or,
Okay.
yes, he was born in Acapulco. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's continue. Damaris, the questions to Jesus, please.
Okay. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Acapulco.
Huh?
I grew up in Acapulco.
Damaris, the second question.
Ah, sorry. Uh, were you born there?
Yes, I was.
Excellent. Thank
Okay.
you. And Jesus, questions 3 to Luis, please.
Who was your best friend in school?
Alfredo was my best friend in school.
How long were you best friends?
Uh, we were friends for 5 years.
Okay, correct. Continue, Luis. Questions 4 to Damaris.
Did you and your best friend ever fight?
Mm, mm, no, we weren't.
Mm, Pay attention to the question, Damaris. At the beginning, we have did. So the answer
Mm,
is no, we.
no, we didn't.
Excellent. No, we didn't. Mhm.
Mhm.
Continue, Luis.
Did you ever get in trouble?
Mm, no, I didn't.
Correct. Continue, Damaris.
Mm,
Questions 5 to Jesus.
who took care of you when you were little?
When I was little, um, I was cared from my mom.
Okay, one more time. When I was little,
My mom care of me.
took care.
My mom took care of me. Sorry.
Correct. Huh? Took care of me. Mhm. Continue, Damaris.
Okay. Did your mother have a job?
No, she wasn't.
Yeah, okay. Jesus, pay attention again to this question. Did your
Oh,
mother have a job?
sorry, teacher. No, she didn't.
Excellent. Okay, let's do it one more time. Okay, so again, Jesus, the questions 1 to Luis, please.
Okay. Um, where was your mother born?
She was born in Acapulco.
Mhm.
Was your father born there too?
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was. Okay, continue, Luis, to Damaris.
Where did you grow up?
Mm, I grew up.
I grew up.
I grew up
Mhm.
in Acapulco.
Uh-huh.
I grew up in Acapulco.
Yes.
Were you born there?
Mm, Um,
Were you born in Acapulco, Damaris?
yes, I was.
Yes, I was, correct. Okay, let's continue. Damaris, to Jesus.
Who was your best friend in school?
Um, my best friend in school was Mr. Cadena.
Okay.
Um, how long were you best friend?
We were friends for 5 years.
Excellent. Continue, Jesus. Questions to Luis?
Did you and your best friend ever fight?
No, we didn't.
Mhm.
Did you ever get in trouble?
No, I didn't.
Okay, and let's finish, please, to Damaris.
Who took care of you when you were little?
Mm, no, I was.
Uh, Once again, pay attention to the question.
Oh,
Damaris.
sorry.
Who took care of you when you were little?
Um,
For example, in my case, when I was a little girl, my mother used to work. That's why my grandmother took care of me when I was little. How about you, Damaris?
my mother.
Okay, my mother.
My mother took care
Mhm.
of me.
Excellent. My mother took care of me, correct? Second question, Luis, please.
Did your mother have a job?
No, she didn't.
Excellent. Okay, so questions, guys, about this part?
No, teacher.
No, Damaris?
No, pero tengo que
No, pero,
estudiar más.
so yes or no, Damaris?
No, voy a estudiar más para que pueda
You just
entenderlo
need
bien.
to review, okay.
Es
¿En
que
Jesús?
sí le entiendo, pero a veces como que me trago y así.
Sí, pero no.
Sí, pero no.
How about you, Jesus? Do you have any question about this?
No, teacher, I'm okay.
Ay, Damaris, Damaris. Just pay attention to this, Damaris, well, everybody. Pay attention to the auxiliaries. If we're using did in a question, I mean in a yes, no question, well, we have to answer with yes, I did, no, I didn't. Like, did you ever get in trouble? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Did your mother have a job? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Why? Because we're using did as an auxiliary. With the other questions like, were you born there? Was your father born there? As you can see, we're using was or were. So that's what we are going to use. So was your father born there? Yes, he was. No, he wasn't. Were you born in Acapulco? Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. So try to pay attention to the auxiliaries that we are using. And that's it. And once again, we are reviewing, remember simple past. Every time, as you can see, every time you see an action in the question, I mean a verb, you know that we're going to use the auxiliary did. When you find this word born in a question or answer, you know that you're going to use was or were. It depends on the subject. Once again, remember is I was, you were, he was, she was, it was, we were, they were, and that's it. Okay?
Okay.
Well, now let's move to the exercise 3. Just let me erase this part. In exercise 3, we have the speaking naturally. Okay, yes. Okay, speaking naturally, it's about did you. In the box, we have 3 questions. Where did you go on vacation? What did you do? Did you have fun? But if you pay attention, below the words did you, there is a little line below. This line means that we're going to say these two words, we're going to imagine that they are just one. So let's imagine that they are like together, okay? They are together. So instead of saying, where did you go on vacation? Imagine that we have one word. Where did, where did you go on vacation? Let's imagine that they are together, okay? They are not separated, they are together. Where did you go on vacation? What did you do? Did you have fun? Okay, try to do it fast and imagine that they are together. Okay, so let's repeat after me, please. Where did you go on vacation?
Where did you go on
Where did you
vacation?
go on vacation?
Okay, one more time. Where did you go on vacation?
Where did you
Where
go
did
on
you go on
vacation?
vacation?
What did you do?
What did you
What
do?
did you
What did
do?
you do?
Did you have fun?
Did
Did
you
you
have
have
fun?
fun?
Okay, once again, remember that they are together, okay? Let's begin. 1, 2, 3. Where did you go on vacation?
Where
Where
did you
did you
go
go
on
on
vacation?
vacation?
What did you do?
What did you
What did
do?
you do?
Did you have fun?
Did you
Did
have
you
fun?
have fun?
Okay, now let's remember your last vacation. Remember your last vacation. Let's see. Luis, where did you go on vacation?
I was on vacation.
I was.
I went out.
Uh-huh.
I went on vacation 2 years ago.
Pay attention to the question, Luis. Where? Where did you go on vacation?
I went to Mérida.
To, uh-huh. Uh-huh, where?
I went to Mérida.
To Merida. Okay, what did you do?
I went visit my uncles.
Your uncles. Okay. Did you have fun?
Yes, I was.
Yes, I was. Luis.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did. Pay attention to the auxiliary. Luis, we're using did. Okay. Well, now, Luis, it's your turn. Ask these questions to Damaris, please.
Uh, where did you go on vacation?
I went to Puerto Vallarta.
Okay.
What did you do?
Mm, I went out with my cousins.
Did you have fun?
Yes, I did.
Okay, now Damaris, ask these questions to Jesus, please.
Okay. Where did you go on vacation?
I went to Mochitlan.
What did you do?
I visit to my friends.
Visited?
I
Visited?
visit visited to my
Uh-huh.
friends.
Did you have fun?
Yes, I did.
Excellent. Okay, now let's move to the letter B. It says, listen and complete the questions about your childhood vacation. Then ask and answer the questions with a partner. I'm gonna play the audio, so remember, try to put on your earphones so you can listen better. And you're going to complete these questions, okay?
Okay.
And just let me look for the audios.
Page 45. 3. Speaking naturally. Did you? A. Listen and repeat the questions above.
I'm sorry, this is not there. That it's the other one.
Speaking naturally. Did you? B. Listen and complete the questions about your childhood vacations. Then ask and answer questions with her. When you were a child, go on any special trips? Where did you usually go? 3. Who did you go with? 4. How long did you stay there? 5. Did you have a good time? 6. What did you do there?
Okay. Do you want to listen again?
Yes.
Yes, give me a second.
Page 3. Speaking naturally. Did you? B. Listen and complete the questions about your childhood vacations. Then ask and answer the questions with a partner. When you were a child, 1. Did you go on any special trips? 2. Where did you go? 4. How long did you stay there? 5. Did you have a good time? 6.
Okay, so let's check. Question 1 is, did you
go on special I don't know.
Trips?
but try to complete, did you
Go on
Did you,
special?
did you go on a special trips?
go on
Any?
like this? Did you go on any special trips? That's the number 1. Number 2, where did you?
Usually go.
Yes, where did you go? Number 3,
Well, who did you go with?
yeah. Who did you go with? Number 4,
How long
How
did,
long
did you stay there?
yeah. Number 5,
Did you
Did
have
you
a
have
good
a great
time?
time?
And number 6,
What did you do
What
there?
did you do?
yes, like this. What did you do there? Okay, so these are the answers. Perfect. Okay, so one more time, let's practice asking and answering these questions. We're going to start with, okay, Damaris. So it's gonna be like this. Damaris, you're going to ask question 1 to Jesus. Then Jesus, question 2 to Luis. Luis, question 3 to Damaris. Again, Damaris 4 to Jesus, and like that, so on. Yes, do you understand?
Yes.
Remember, it's Damaris to Jesus, Jesus to Luis, and Luis to Damaris. 1 and 1 and 1, like that. So let's begin, Damaris.
Okay. Did you go on any special
Trips?
trip?
Yes, I did.
But try to say more.
Um, I I did go.
I did go or I went.
I went.
I went to
I went to village with my friends.
the village.
Village with my friends
Okay.
when I was 15 years.
Okay. Continue, Jesus. Next question, please.
Where did you usually go?
I usually went to Chilpancingo.
Continue.
Who did you go with?
I went to my best friend
I went with
with my best friend.
my best friends. Okay. Continue, Damaris.
How long did you stay there?
I stayed there 5 days.
4 5 days.
For 5 days.
Huh? Yes.
Uh, did you have a good time?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
What did you do there?
Damaris.
Ah, I'm sorry. Um, I went out with my family
Uh-huh.
and I ate delicious food.
Okay. Thank you. Well, with this activity, we're finishing with the lesson. We started with this lesson. As you can see, here we have a review of the simple past and the past of be. Okay. So we were talking about your childhood, about the activities that you used to do in your free time, things like that. Okay, so let's review just a little bit. Let's see. Maris, tell me, where were you born?
Mm, I I was born in Acapulco.
Acapulco. Okay. Luis, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Acapulco.
Acapulco. Okay. Jesus, where were your parents born?
They were from. They were born in Acapulco.
Acapulco. Okay. Perfect. Questions, guys? Questions, doubts about the lesson? Any?
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
No? Damaris?
No.
No? Are you sure, Damaris?
Yeah.
Yes.
I need to practice more.
You need to review. Okay, correct. We're about to begin with lesson B. Lesson B, we're going to talk about subjects. Okay. So first of all, we're going to start practicing these questions that I have here. Questions are languages did you speak? How many languages do you speak? In learning language, what was your favorite subject at school? Why? Ever get good grades in? So, okay, here I have some pictures. These are some school subjects, okay? First of all, let's repeat after me, please, guys. Maths,
Math,
music,
Music.
art,
art,
Art.
English,
English,
English.
Spanish,
Spanish,
Spanish.
geography,
geography,
Geography.
history,
history,
History.
science,
Science.
science,
information technology,
Information
information
technology.
technology,
physical education,
physical
Physical
education,
education.
Okay, so the last question, you ever get good grades in, you're going to complete it with one of these school subjects, okay? So now, this time, let's begin with Jesus. Jesus, can you ask? Choose a question, Jesus. Ask a question to Luis.
What languages did you study at the school?
I study just English.
English, honey.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Choose a question to Damaris, Luis.
Are you interested in learning a new language?
Yes. I like to learn French.
French. Okay, Damaris, question to Jesus, please.
Uh, what was your favorite subject at school? Why?
My favorite subject is, was art because
Uh-huh.
it's interesting and you you can be free there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Jesus, another question for Luis, please.
Are you interested in learning a new language?
Um, yes, I want to learn to speak French.
Speak French. Okay. Luis,
How many languages do you speak?
Only I speak one.
Damaris.
Okay,
This one. But you're learning a new one.
maybe.
Please, Damaris.
Huh? ¿Cómo?
Another question for Jesus, please.
Okay. Um, did you ever get good grades in math?
No, I didn't.
Oh, Jesus. Really, Jesus?
Yes, well, so.
So, well, let's move. So we're about to start. Okay, this is called favorite language people study school. Well, information about these people. We have Keiko, Mirka, Brad, Paul, and we have a question. What languages did you learn in school? Well, I'm gonna play the audio. What you're going to do, just listen to it and follow the information in your books.
Okay.
Okay? Let me go for the audio.
Page 46.
Okay, listen.
Lesson B. Favorite classes. 1. Building language. A. Listen. What languages did these people study in school?
What languages did you learn in school? Keiko. All the students in my high school had to take English. It was required. And I needed English to get into my university. Mirka. Well, years ago, most people learned Russian, and only a few people took English. I studied both. Brad.
I took Spanish last year, and most of my friends did too. There are a lot of Spanish speakers around here, so it's kind of useful.
Paul.
A lot of my classmates dropped French after 9th grade. Almost evening classes. because they need it.
Okay. Recording. School. What language or languages did you study?
Teacher, como que se traba su, el
What?
audio, como que se traba el video y el audio.
El audio.
Sí, igual el
Okay.
video, como que se paraliza de repente.
Yes, here is the same.
Yes. Maybe it's the internet connection or
Yeah,
something.
maybe.
But can you hear me now?
Sí, pero como que de repente se traba su voz.
I hear you very slow.
Yes.
I think it's the internet connection. Maybe we're having some problems. Okay, so let's see. One more time. Pay attention to this paragraph. Well, we're gonna do this. You are going to read this information, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So, begin with Keiko. Damaris, can you read that part, please? Keiko's information.
Yes. All the students in my high school had to take English. It was
Required.
required, and I needed English to get into my university.
Okay. Continue with Brad, please.
I took Spanish last year, and most of my friends did too. There are a lot of Spanish speakers around here, so it's kind of useful to
Okay.
something.
Yes. Luis, Mirka.
Well, years ago, most people learned Russian and only a few people took English. I studied both.
Oh, okay. And Damaris, one more time. Paul.
A lot of my classmates dropped French after ninth grade. Almost all of them except me. But then later, some of them had to take evening classes because they needed it for work. Lab.
Okay, correct. Now, once again, what languages or what language did Keiko study in school?
English.
English.
English,
English. Okay, how about Mirka?
Russian, and
Russian.
English.
Russian and English. Okay, Brad
Spanish,
Spanish.
and Paul?
French.
French.
French,
French. Okay, now let's pay attention to the information that we have from these people. Well, they are talking about them, their classmates. Example, Keiko says all the students in my home had to take English, okay? Then Brad says, I took Spanish last year and most of my friends did too. I'm gonna use another color, okay? He says, most of my friends did too. There are a lot of Spanish speakers around here, so it's kind of useful. Then let's continue with Mirka. She says, years ago, most people learn Russian. Okay, most people learn Russian. Only a few people took English. Now let's continue with Paul. Paul is talking about his classmates. A lot of my classmates dropped French after ninth grade. Almost all of them, except me. But then later, some of them had to take evening classes, okay? As you can see, I underlined this information into different colors. We have pink and we have blue. Pay attention here. Let's look at Keiko and Brad. Keiko says, all the students in my school. Brad says, I took Spanish last year and most of my friends did too. Think about general information and specific information. When Keiko says, all the students in my high school, what kind of information is it? Specific or like general information?
Specific.
You say specific. Okay, Jesus Damaris? What do you think, specific or general?
General?
Okay, it would be general. Okay, we're gonna see this in a moment. So she says all the students in my high school, okay? But in this case, well, this could be specific because she's talking about her school, okay? Only her school. But at the same time, it could be general because it's about all the students in the school, okay? All the students are not about a certain group or a certain grade. So we can say that it could be specific or it could be general. We're gonna see this a little bit more. Pay attention to Brad. I took Spanish last year and most of my friends did. If I say most of my friends, that information is general or specific?
Specific.
Yes, because I'm saying most of my friends. I'm talking about just my friends. Now let's continue with Mirka. Mirka says most people learn Russian. Most people.
General.
Yeah.
Yes, because we have no idea who she's talking about. And she says only a few people took English. If I say only a few people, what is that? Specific or general?
Specific?
Specific.
You say specific.
Oh, maybe.
Pay attention again.
General.
Yes, general. Pay attention to this. Years ago, most people learned Russian. We don't have more information. We don't know if she's talking about children, teenagers, adults. We have no idea. So that is general information. And then she continues, only a few people took English. One more time, we don't have more information. Yes, so this is general information. Most people, a few people is general. We don't have more information. Now let's move with Paul. A lot of my classmates. What is that?
Specific.
Specific, okay. He says a lot of my classmates dropped French after ninth grade. And then he continues, almost all of them. What is this?
Specific.
Specific, because we're using this object pronoun, them. We're using them instead of classmates. So again, we're talking about his classmates. That is specific of almost all of them. And at the end, he says, but then later, some of them, what is that?
Specific?
Yes, because he is only talking about who? His classmates. That is specific. All the information is about his classmates. So as you can see here, we're talking about general information and specific information. Let's pay attention to the exercise B. It says circle the correct expression to complete these sentences. Are they true for you? Number one, most or most of my friends are fluent in English. Which word do you think we're going to need here? Most my friends or most of my friends?
Most of
Most
my
of,
friends.
Yes, most of my friends. This is for specific information. Most of my friends. Number two, a few or a my city know Russian.
a few
A few.
people.
Few, yes, that is general information. Okay, the first idea, most of my friends, this is a specific. I'm just talking about my friends. Most of my
Okay.
friends are fluent in English. The second idea, a few people in my city know Russian. That is general. Talking about people in general. Maybe I'm talking about boys, girls, children, adults, teenagers. I don't know. Everybody is included. So the second one is general idea. This one is a specific idea. Let me see. Yes, we have time. Let's look at the grammar chart so you can understand better this part. Okay, here we have the grammar chart. The grammar chart is about determiners. So these are the words that we are using. As you can see, we have two columns. The first column says general, and the second column says specific. We have the words that general information, and on the other side, the words we're going to use to give specific information. For general information, we can say all children learn a language. This is general information. Why? Because I'm not specifying a certain age. If I say all children, maybe I'm talking about 2 years old, 3 years old, 6 years old. I don't know. We are not giving more information. So this is general information. All children learn a language. On the second part, we have a specific information. All of the children in my town take English. So this is more specific. So pay attention here. With this word, all, when we're using it for a specific information, we can use the particle of, or maybe we cannot use it, okay? So it could be specific or general, this word, all. All children learn a language, or all the children in my town take English. So for a specific information, remember we can use of or we cannot use it, only with this one. And also for a specific information, we can use object pronouns. You remember the object pronouns, me, you, he, her, us, them. One more time, all of the children in my town take English, or all of them take English, and it's the same. Let's continue again with general. Most Canadians need French. Again, general information. We are not specifying a gender. We are not specifying an age. We don't know more, okay? So most Canadians need French. General. Specific. Most of the people in my office know French. Or most of us know French. One more time, general, some students take Spanish. One more time, we don't know which students, we have no idea. Some students take Spanish, general. Specific, some of the students in my class take Greek. That is specific. I'm specifying my class. Or some of us take Greek. Once again, general, a few people are good at Latin. One more time, I'm just saying people, I'm not specifying age, I'm not specifying a gender. We don't have more information, so that is general. A few people are good at Latin. Specific, a few of my classmates got A's. Specific because I'm talking about just my classmates. Or a few of them got A's. And then we have no students like exams, that's general, or specific, none of my friends failed the exams, or none of them failed the exams. And at the end, it says, but we have an exception. A lot of people speak English well, general information, or a lot of the people in this city speak English. A lot of them speak English. So that means that a lot of, we're gonna use it for general or specific information. Okay, guys? Do you understand this part?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yes, Damaris, Jesus.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, the time is over. It's 6 p.m. Well, it doesn't matter. We're going to continue tomorrow with this part. Well, as you can see, we began with the lesson B. Well, in lesson B, we're going to continue talking about school subjects. We're going to continue tomorrow practicing with this, with the determiners to give general information, specific information. And just let me see the workbook. I think you can do it. Okay, let's do just one page in the workbook, page 36 only.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
only page 36 in your workbook. And that's it. That is gonna be your homework, page 36, guys.